will show it's hanged. Actually, it's not like that. You have to click on the page. Okay. Now, sir, recording पे डाल दीजिए.
Yes, sir, I started.
Huh. So here you can see that multiple windows are there. So main window, in that you have the Smith chart here, and the arrangement of the circuit, whichever circuit you are going to design, it will be between these two ends. Here load impedance that you have to define, and there is a generator, its characteristic impedance you have to define, or the reference impedance you can say. So between two ends only, whatever circuitry you will design, that will appear. Okay, so what you have to do, click on this setting button, and here you can set Z plane, these are the select, you will get ZY plane here. So one by one I will show you. Like suppose you are going to work with the Z chart only. So here this is the Z chart here. You the values of which you are plotting, or admittance or efficient. Like suppose if I place cursor at the center of the mid chart, this is not exact center, but almost at the center. So you will see on the right hand this window and this. So you can see that it is almost 50 ohm, and you can all see the admits for the impedance, then quality factor, return loss, VSWR, reflection coefficient, all these be seen, and what reference can be by you. So it is here. So default it is 50. If you want to choose the same as per your design, you can change it. And the frequency is a default frequency. Whenever you want to change it, you can change it from outside. Okay, so we are going to design single stub matic. So I will keep this reference impedance as 50 ohm only. Okay, so if you cursor here at the enter, so you can see that the reference impedance is 50.4, because the cursor is not exactly at the center. That's why it is showing as 50.4. Otherwise, it is 50 only. Okay, so if you go little here and there, the impedance to change, and since the impedance is changing, then the other parameters which are is change. Okay, now here the way this you work on the graph paper of the Smith chart, almost similar steps can be used here, but not the entire one. Like you are going to convert Z to Y. That part cannot be done here, because when you plot a Z, its Y value is going to appear at the same place. Okay, because actually software is designed in such a way that both Z and Y can be read simultaneously. That's why you can see that Z and Y both are there in this window here. So here, no need convert Z into Y actually. So what I will do, I will select both Z plane and Y plane, and you can have Z chart. Okay, one by one I said. Now it's a Y chart. So you can see that difference between the Z chart and Y chart is that the Y chart is what? 180-degree rotation of the Z chart only. So if you'll see the difference between the two charts, so the denser region, it has now shifted on the left side. But if you go for the Z chart, so you can see that this denser region, it has shifted on the hands. If you rotate this Smith chart by 1 degree, you will get what? Y chart. Okay, it's like this. What we'll do, we'll use this Z and Y here. Now you have to, first step is what? You have to plot impedance. Actually, it's not required, but since we do this, also better that you plot to click tab, board tab. And now with the help of feed the impedance, whichever information you are having, like impedance, if you are having, feed the impedance information, admittance, reflection coefficient, whichever information you are having, that you have to feed. So I am around since 50
Shastri sir, there is an issue on the audio.
frequency.
Sir, your audio is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Audio is breaking. So you have to speak.
Audio. 1 minute. Huh? Yes, yes, sir. For undo, you can press right button of the mouse, or it's undo. It can be done here from here also. Okay, so press this keyboard button and feed impedance information. So you can start with the reference impedance or any impedance which you want to feed. It's not necessary. There is no sequence like load impedance should be fed first and then the reference impedance. It's not required. You can choose any sequence. And here, of course, the Cartesian or polar form of the data you are having. So we are having real and imaginary term. So it is Cartesian. That's why I have selected Cartesian. Okay, so that selection has to be proper. But if you're having polar data like magnitude and angle information is there, then you select polar. Frequency is 2 gigahertz. So I will make it 2 gigahertz. Okay, now you can see that 50, it goes at the center because in the setting, we have considered that the reference impedance is what, 50 ohm. So reference impedance, it is always at the center of the Smith chart. That's why the 50, it goes at the center of the Smith chart. Once again, click keyboard, feed impedance information, that is 80 minus 60.
No, sir, it's 60 minus
60
80.
minus 80, yes. 60 minus 80. And frequency now it is not required because you have already fed it. So you can see that it is 2 gigahertz. Now click and remember that when you're feeding imaginary information like reactance, do not put J there. It's already declared that it is imaginary. So J, it specifies that it is imaginary term. So already it is written here imaginary. So do not write J. Now click OK. So it is coming somewhere here. Okay. Oh. Now, there is one more window. Whatever information you will feed here, so that appears here like data point. So this you can see the first DP1, there is data point 1, it represents 50 ohm reference impedance. Second, now you can see that it switches. Okay, so here it is data point 2, this is your load impedance. Now in the circuit diagram, you can see that this load acquires that value of the load impedance 60 minus J 80, right? And that 50 ohm reference impedance, it goes with the generator. Okay. Now what we have to do after that, see when you're using the actual Smith chart. So there, what since the entire demonstration was on the impedance chart, not this kind of chart, which comprises of what, impedance as well as admittance. So that's why you converted this Z into Y. But if you'll place this cursor here now, so in this window, you can see that both the figures are available. You can have this impedance value here and admittance here. So if I place this cursor here, you can see that it is 60/80. And the corresponding admittance. It means because the chart, it is the software designed in such a way that both the Z and Y can be seen simultaneously. That's why here, no need to convert Z into Y. But if you're using your Smith chart, so there definitely you have to convert Z into Y. if you are working only with Z chart. If it is ZY chart, then there is no need to convert this figure into Y. Okay. Next is what? You have to plot SWR circle. So for that, either you should calculate the SWR circle, or you can see that the VSWR can be read from here. So in this window, here, this VSWR figure is appearing. So what you have to do is simply move the cursor to the impedance, load impedance, not the reference impedance, because if you place the cursor at the center of the Smith chart, SWR is going to be 1 always, which is the ideal case. But you're dealing with a load which is not equals to 50 ohm. Okay, so SWR will be larger than 1. So if I place it here, so you can see that the SWR is coming somewhere around 4. 3.99, so we'll consider it is 4, okay? So VSWR 4, you have to plot a VSWR circle whose value is 4. So for that, now you can see that here, this colorful circle symbol, just click on it. Now there are multiple circles. Out of that, you are interested in VSWR circle, okay? So here significance of VSWR and relation, sorry, not significance, relation between VSWR and reflection coefficient is listed starting from ideal value to any non-ideal value. So, but we are interested in what? Plotting a VSWR circle of 4. So here, you have to click here and use keyboard to feed a value of 4. Now insert, just click on the insert button. So you see here one VSWR circle appears, right? And if you want to delete it, just select this and the delete button should get activated. It's not coming. Anyway, later on we'll see. So now you have got what? SWR circle. Just click OK. Okay. So here you have plotted reference impedance, load impedance, and for this load impedance, you have got a VSWR circle also. Okay. Now next. Now what you have to do, that you have to see in the earlier part of this session, it was said that you have to move from this load impedance. There it was converted into what? Y. So what was done, that this load was then projected on the opposite side and you are moving from here to here. So here no need to do that, because I said that it is combination of ZY chart. So what you can do, this point itself represents your Y point. That is what? Load admittance. Now from this load admittance, you have to move to a point where your admittance, the real part of the admittance, becomes 1, or in simplest way, or in a simple language, what I can say, that you have to find out the intersection points of this VSWR circle and this conductance circle. This dark blue circle is nothing but your conductance circle. Why it is conductance circle? Because actually it is mirror image of this resistance circle, this dark red circle. This so if I take the reciprocal of this unit resistance circle, it will become conductance circle, and the magnitude will be 1 only, because inverse of 1 is nothing but 1 only. So this blue circle is nothing but your conductance circle whose value is 1. So simply what you have to do, that you have to check for those points or intersection points between what? This SWR circle and this blue circle. So you can see that this is one point and this is the another point where these two circles are intersecting each other. So what you have to do, actually you have to move from here and you have to stop here. So this length from here to here will give you the distance of the stub from the load end. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, first you have to add a transmission line from this load end to this point of intersection. So for that, what you can do, now this is here list of the bank of components are available. Series C, Series L, then resistor, then a transmission line, transformer is there, RLC circuit, and all the components, and this is nothing but open circuited stuff. SS is the short circuited stub, but you can see they are available in shunt form only. Okay, and I think yeah, you were introduced with the series stub. Anyways, first we will add the transmission line. So for that, you have to click on this line. Now you have to set the reference impedance. So reference impedance of the transmission line is here. So I will not change value. Epsilon R, if it is specified in the example or in the numerical given, feed or value epsilon R, otherwise will be as okay. So you can see that now the cursor, now it is confines at a circle only. Now you can, so what you have to do is you have to click on the intersection point, which is near to this, which is in the direction. Okay, so this is where you have to stop. So you can see that now this load is connected with what? One transmission line. So length of this transmission line, you can see that I will you can set the length in terms of lambda, it is 0.11. आप लोगों को कितना आंसर आया था? Distance D.
Sir,
On Smith chart.
0.11 D1 is.
Yes sir. हाँ, तो ये D1 देख लो अगर. It is 0.11. This part I am saying, it is length of the transmission line in terms of lambda. So it is 0.11 lambda. Here you can see lambda is written. Huh? So lambda equals to 0.11. It means that this transmission line or D, the distance from the load to a point where you're going to add the stub, that distance is nothing but your D, here is this, and it is coming as 0.11 lambda meter. So you have to cross check your answer. Huh? So first answer is verified. Okay. And if you are not interested to work in terms of lambda, then you frequency is given to you, find out lambda and multiply it this 0.11 with that lambda and you will get the physical length. So here you can see that the physical length is mentioned. It is 16.6 millimeter. Okay, so 1.6 centimeter. Now next is what? You have to add stub. Sir, which stub was taken? It was short circuited stub, right?
It is shunt short circuited stub. Shunt short circuited.
So here, shunt short circuited, right? So here you can see that this component. So here the last, second last and third last, two the shunt. So all the problems will be discussed on a shunt stub only because in this software, because it is not the full version of the software, it's free only we have. So only shunt open circuited stub and shunt short circuited stubs. Okay, so series stubs cannot be tried here. So with this circuited, SS means short circuit stub. S means short circuit. Next, A means the stub. Stub is nothing but piece of transmission line only, which is used as a reactive component. So what I will do, I will this, and of course, since it's transmission line, it is having some characteristic impedance. So here, if it is mentioned in the problem that should this value with this dielectric constant, so accordingly you can feed the information. Otherwise, you can keep it equals to reference impedance only. So I will keep it 50 ohm. Okay. So now what you have to do, see the role of the stub is what? To achieve what? Matched condition. Means load is off. You can see that the load is what? 60 minus J80. Whereas the here I'm talking about this window. So load is what? 60 minus J80. This is the impedance. So of course this is not 50 ohm. That's why it will not match with the generator. So what we are doing actually, we are adding a stub between this load and the generator at a particular distance from the load side, so that this load of 60 minus J80 will appear as 50 ohm. To whom it is going to appear as a 50 ohm? To generator. Okay, so the final purpose of the stub is to convert this 60 minus J80 into 50. And 50 ohm, as I said, that the reference impedance of the, in the setting also it was shown that the default value of the characteristic impedance is 50 ohm. That is nothing but impedance of what? Generator. So that 50 ohm is what at the center of the Smith chart. So what you have to do, you started from here, load, you added a length of a transmission line, which is 0.11 meter. Then now from this point, this intersection point, you have to move to the center of the Smith chart. Why to the center of the Smith chart? Because this load, which is 60 minus J80, should get converted into 50 ohm. That's why you have to, your final destination is what? To reach to the center of the Smith chart. Okay, that's why when you select this stop, 50 ohm. Now from here, this intersection point, you have to move to the center of the Smith chart. Okay, so what you have to do, simply click at the center of the Smith chart. So now you can see this diagram. Similar diagram you have got already in the theoretical part of this lab. So load is there. Of course, the diagram is, it is just the reverse of what the diagram was shown in the earlier session. So generator is always on the left-hand side, and load is always on the right-hand side. But in this software, the generator, because you start your designing from the load side, okay? Yeah, in all cases. So that's why the load is placed first and the generator is placed at the end. So do not get confused. The approach is same. If you'll check the diagram, the earlier diagram given by Dongre sir and this diagram, you will find that both are going to be same. So load and a line of 0.11 meter. Now this is what? The stub. Okay, short circuited stub. You can see that it is shorted. So ground symbol, you can see it's just a horizontal line. So this is a short circuited stub and its length is 0.1 approximately, you can say 0.1 lambda. Sir, same was the answer?
Sir, the answer was 0.095.
Yes, sir. बराबर है, पक्का ओके, करेक्ट वैसे exactly वैसे है 0.0949.
हाँ, so it is 0.095.
Yes, so approximately 0.095 आता है, sir. So this is the length of the short circuited stub. Okay, so what you have got here, circuit diagram you have got with actual the length of the stub and length of the transmission line in terms of lambda and actual length. So actual length of the stub is what? 14.2 mm. Okay, it is smaller than the length of the transmission line because the length of the transmission line kitna tha lambda ke terms mein, it was 0.11, and here the length of the stub in terms of lambda, it is what? 0.09. So smaller hai, so that's why it is 14.2, and the length of the transmission line, physical length, is what? 16.6 mm. तो उससे कम है ये, means everything is correct here, logical है सब कुछ. Okay, so this is how you have to find out, or you have to cross verify your design example. Means sir will be giving some target to you, you solve it on the Smith chart, and with the help of this vSmith software you can just cross verify it, and wait for 2 or 3 minutes. I will show you the another solution. Huh? Just I will undo this. So either you use this undo button here or right click karo mouse ka. Okay, so you can see that it is undo. So what I will do now, since I said that when you have to find out what intersection between this SWR circle and this conductance circle. So you can see that the conductance circle and SWR circle, they were intersecting at this one point, and this is the another point. So there will be always, see, there is multiple solutions for the stub matching. So what just now we got as a solution, that was one of the answers. The second can be what? Once again, what you do, you start from this load end and keep traveling towards generator, and instead of stopping here, you can stop here also, and from here you can go to the center of the Smith chart. Just keep in mind that from load end you have to move to the center of the Smith chart. Itna hi problem hai, yahi karna. You start from the load, go to the center of the Smith chart. But how to go to the center of the Smith chart? You have to travel on SWR circle, and then finally you stop at a location where you get what? Unity conductance circle. So unity conductance circle means what? This dark blue circle. So this is one place, and then the second place is here. And third is what? Once again, you can come back. Third, fourth. So infinite solutions are there, but we always go for the nearest point. Nearest point means you start from the loop and move on the SWR circle till you get intersection point of SWR circle and unity conductance circle. जो भी पहले मिल गया, that is your nearest distance. That's why the earlier solution is what? The preferred solution. Otherwise, you can go for the other solution also. So once again, add a transmission line, 50 ohm. And now from this load end, you keep moving, and you stop on this conductance circle where this SWR circle intersects it. It is here. Okay. Now you can see that now the length is what? 0.259, almost 0.26. पहले कितना आया था? 0.11 lambda. Now it is what? More than double. And after that, once you have reached here, now from here you have to move to the center of the Smith chart. So how to move to the center of the Smith chart? By adding a stub. And which stub it's your choice, but because now this is the second solution, but we'll prefer to work with the short circuited so that you can compare it. So now I will click this short circuit stub whose characteristic impedance is 50 ohm. Now just go to the center of the Smith chart, click it. This time you can see that the length of the stub is what? 0.4. Earlier it was 0.09, means almost 0.1 lambda tha, but abhi uska 4 times zyada aa gaya. So length is very large. So second solution will not be preferred because length of the stub is very large. So your circuit will become bulky. वैसा आपने को चाहिए नहीं. That's why you go for what? Shorter length. So earlier solution was better. Okay.
So as in the theoretical problem, what we have solved using the Smith chart, you can verify. So here our D2 we got 0.26 lambda. So you can verify here the same we got here.
हाँ अच्छा.
And your
बराबर.
L2
0.26.
pair you can go. Your L2 is 0.405. So again it is similar to this. So whatever you did in the theory, it is matching here in the practical. So as it is the shunt stub, we are taking the conductance circle. Sir, you can continue.
Huh. Now when you're going to because this tool will be used for what? Conducting the experiment, right? So what you have to do now, if suppose is asking for the 2 different solutions, so on the Smith chart, the hard copy, you will find out 2 solutions, and after that you have to take 2 different screenshots of this this vSmith software, one for each solution, and the screenshot of the circuit also, because this will confirm that whether you have got right answer or not. Okay, means total there will be 1 Smith chart and 1 circuit. So if there are 2 solutions, so 2 Smith chart and 2 circuits. Please figures, whatever diagram you are drawing or you're taking the screenshot of that, below that please write the number of figure and what is the name of that figure. That title is required because abhi last time ka experiment मैंने correct किया. So there were 4 to 5 students or maximum 6 or 7 students who were there who had written the title and figure number. Other students, they are not writing. Simply they are taking screenshot and pasting on the Word file. So don't do that. जो भी figure रहता है ना, उसको title दो, उसको number दो, वो जरूरी है. You have to make observation table also. Theoretically, how much you have got, and from simulation, please do not write experimental result. Simulated result and calculated result. Like what result you have got? Length of this line, that is location of the stub. So from the calculation, how much you have got, and from simulation, how much you have got. Similarly, the length of the stub from the calculation and from simulation. That table is required in each Smith chart based problem. Calculated value and simulated value. Or any clarification?
All of you are requested that to subscribe to this channel so that you will get the notification, because continuously we are putting this video hence further, and you will get the notification. So you don't have to worry. Just subscribe it so that you will get the notification.